What is going on, my fellow boxing fans? This is the Boxing Scholar. I am Marz, and I was right. I picked Errol Spence Jr. to stop Lamont Peterson. So let me go ahead and pat myself on the back for being right like 99% of the boxing fans. Everybody picked Spence to win. I mean, if you picked Peterson, you were just trying to sound like a genius if by some chance he pulled off the upset. Now, before I get into the Spence and Peterson fight, I wanted to mention the undercard fight between Robert Easter and Javier Fortuna. It was a good fight, a close fight that could have gone either way. Now, I didn't score it, but it does seem like a lot of boxing fans felt it should have gone to Fortuna. Like I said, it was close. I didn't think it was a robbery, but yeah, I wouldn't have complained if the judges scored it for Fortuna. Robert Easter has now been in 3 rough fights against Richard Comey, Denis Shafikov, and now Javier Fortuna. Easter has been showing vulnerabilities. He does look beatable, but hey, at least he's not in boring fights. Easter wants to become the undisputed lightweight champion, and he could possibly achieve that, but he's definitely not going to have an easy road against the likes of Jorge Linares, Mikey Garcia, and even Vasyl Lomachenko when he decides to move up in weight. So we'll see what happens. Now, as for the main event, it was a fun little action-packed fight for as long as it lasted. Even though Errol Spence Jr. won every single round before the fight was stopped, Lamont Peterson gave a great account of himself. Peterson displayed a lot of heart, and he went up to Spence Jr. with that high guard and even landed some nice shots. But ultimately, Spence was just too big, too strong, and just too good, and the fight was stopped after the 7th round. Officially, it was stopped a second into the 8th round when Peterson's trainer and mentor, Barry Hunter, decided that his fighter had had enough. From the opening round, Spence was throwing straight lefts to the body, hooks to the head, and though Peterson was covering up very well, the punches from Spence eventually started to break through the guard, and Peterson was starting to feel the effects of those hooks. In the 5th round, Spence knocked down Peterson, and it was just a beatdown after that. Peterson was valiant. He threw and landed punches back, but Spence walked through him and just broke down Peterson and successfully defended his IBF world title for the first time. Now, what's next for Spence? We all know Spence wants Keith Thurman. He once again called him out, and instead of calling him Keith one-time Thurman, he called him Keith sometimes Thurman. Changing somebody's nickname, now that's some fighting words. You don't disrespectfully change another man's nickname without getting ready to fade. Errol Spence Jr. is serious about this strap season. He wants all the belts, and Keith Thurman has 2 of them. Now, Keith Thurman is coming back in 2018, and his first fight is likely going to be a tune-up. And after that, it's probably going to be a step up against a top contender. And then after that, I could see Thurman take on Spence. I'm not going to say Thurman is ducking Spence. He's playing it smart, and he wants to be at his best when he fights Spence. Now, Terrence Crawford has a fight coming up against Jeff Horn. Crawford is highly favored and is likely going to win a welterweight title. I think it's a possibility that Crawford and Spence Jr. fight later on this year, and that would be a big fight. It's 2 of my favorite fighters. Both of them are undefeated, both of them are young, and both of them are pound-for-pound quality fighters. I believe Crawford is one of the 2 best fighters in the world, pound for pound. And all right, my fellow boxing fans, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, and let me know who you think Errol Spence Jr. should fight next. Should he fight Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford? Would you like to see him knock out a polar bear? Shout out to PETA. Let me know. And if you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and you might as well click on that bell icon as well. Until next time, goodbye and adios.